Jamaican people need to wake up. I'm done with the fuckery. Jamaican people need to wake up. But now we're no mask.
A very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. The great Gargamel, the new king of reggae, Buju Banton, said him now we're no mask.
Well, someone said I ask if everything alright. I tell the brethren, no, everything not alright and everything can't alright. Who want done this mask wearing bullshit in Jamaica? Who would for dead I go dead and who not go dead just for just live? With either you intellectual fools trying to tell us how to live our lives. You are so smart but you haven't found a cure for cancer. You are both all out in a line and putting the Jamaican people in abject fear and driving us all to poverty. What have you done for all those who you have laid off and make them business close early? Jamaican people need to wake up. I'm done with the fuckery. Jamaican people need to wake up. But now we're no mask. Because man no for mask no make for man. So hear this. And from September and January we about I'm gonna fuck with the people them. Free my people. Free my people. Now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I woke up this morning to a footage of the new king of reggae, Buju Banton. And when I listened to the footage of what Buju Banton had to say, I agree with him. But I just didn't agree with Buju like that. What I did was I went and I did some research. I want to share it with the Jamaican people so I know and you know what you're up against. The 5 dangerous effects of wearing a mask. Wearing a mask is an alien behavior to the body. A mask burdens breathing and forces a person to inhale little oxygen than normal and also take back in some carbon dioxide. However, the mask can protect the user from an infection and all foreign bodies that travel through air, such as viruses, bacteria, or dust. But ladies and gentlemen, why protect yourself against something else and then there are 5 effects that can kill you? Let's dig deep into the 5 effects of the mask. Number 1, difficult in breathing. Face masks make breathing more difficult, especially for people with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, such as asthma and bronchitis, which causes a decreased airflow. Also, a fraction of carbon dioxide previously exhaled is inhaled at each respiratory cycle. In effect, the wearer inhales her or his own exhale air. Inhaling carbon dioxide causes rapid breathing, rapid heart rate, clumsiness, emotional upsets, and fatigue. Basically, those 2 phenomena increase breathing frequency and deepness, hence increasing the amount of inhale and exhale air according to medical experts. This may also worsen the clinical condition of infected people if the enhanced breathing pushes the viral load down into the lungs. The effects are amplified if face masks are heavily contaminated. Number 2, slight discomfort. When one wears a mask, the easiest escape route for exhale air is upward towards the eye. This air goes into the eyes, generating an uncomfortable feeling and an impulse to touch your eyes. If your eyes are contaminated, you are infecting yourself. Doctors, this requires you to remain conscious all the time and try to resist the temptation to touch your face. It also demands that you wash your hands or regularly sanitize after contact with substance like door handles, elevator buttons, packages, or anything where germs or viruses thrive. Notably, for those who use eyeglasses, air creates fog and messes with one's sight every moment. This forces wearers to clean their glasses all the time. The burden is unbearable. Let's go to number 3. Decreased immune system. There are studies indicating that low oxygen levels in the tissue, hypoxia, can suppress some aspect of the immune response and accentuate other important functions of the immune cells. Scientific investigation have proven that a prolonged denial of enough oxygen in your body can cripple the ability of your immune system to tackle infections. It is recommended that during this period where wearing a mask is mandatory, better to take off the mask when you're away from people or maintain a distance of up to 5 meters. Older and younger people wearing a mask are said to be more vulnerable. Let's go to number 4. Cost burden. Masks have now become an added daily cost that very few people can handle, especially if you're opt for an NK95 mask. Let's go to number 5. Skin rashes and allergies. It is said that masks, depending on the material used, may cause allergies, itchiness, and redness on the skin. Over time, custom cloth masks eventually accumulate sweat, makeup and beauty products, automotive exhaust, pollen, and any particles floating in the air. Indeed, like it or not, with COVID-19, life has taken a different dimension. Short-term or long-term, life will never be the same. When I listened to the video of Gargamel, one of the most prolific artists in dancehall history, I hear sincerity. I hear that Buju knows something or is onto something that we are not onto. And ladies and gentlemen, I personally agree with the Gargamel. I own a car, and ladies and gentlemen, for just wearing a mask for a short period of time makes me feel tired. I'm very clumsy when I have it on. I can't see, it affects my vision, and it makes me nauseous. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I had a chance to choose, I would prefer not to wear a mask and take my chances, because if you wear that mask, it is not a chance that you're taking. You're actually poisoning yourself. Look at the economy. Look at how people are suffering because of business have to close at a particular time. The time that the poor man really find to hustle is between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m. Now most of these curfew either stop at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, so that the people who are actually going out to hustle at this time have a minimum amount of time to hustle their food, to feed their children and to feed their families. A small amount of time. If you look at Elsha Beach over this past weekend, a report came out in the newspaper, and one of the vendors over there, he was practically next to tears when you read his writing. Not even 4 people stopped by to buy something. Not even 4. Elsha is one of the most popular beaches in Kingston. A matter of fact, one of the most popular beaches in Jamaica that Jamaicans flood, Jamaicans frequent. I used to be at Elsha back in the early 2000s when we used to do links on the beach. That was where we saw Spice owning a craft. That's where we saw Vibes Cartel owning its skills. That's where you saw Nesbeth owning its skills. And that's where you saw Turbulence owning its skills at Links on the Beach. It was an exposure ground for young artists. So when Gargamel reached out like this, he must be onto something. Gargamel understands the plight of the people. And Gargamel is asking for the release and the freedom of his people. Thank you very much, Gargamel. A job well done, man, and we stand in solidarity with you. We understand that we shouldn't wear no mask.
But someone saw it and ask if everything alright. I tell the brethren, no, everything not alright, and everything can't alright. Who want done this mask wearing bullshit in Jamaica? Who would for dead I go dead, and who not go dead just for just to live? With either you intellectual fools trying to tell us how to live our lives. You are so smart, we haven't found a cure for cancer. You are both all out in a line and putting the Jamaican people in abject fear and driving us all to poverty. What have you done for all those who you have laid off and make them business close early? Jamaican people need to wake up. I'm done with the fuckery. Jamaican people need to wake up. But now we're no mask. Because man no for mask no make for man. So hear this. And from September and January with the vote, I'm going to fuck with the people them. Free my people. Free my people. Now.